I'd like to, first of all, start by asking, do you have a problem with Lincolnshire? Have the people of Lincolnshire upset you in any way? Because you seem to have upset an awful lot of people in the county since you were elected back in July.
No, I've got absolutely nothing against Lincoln. It's a fantastic county, an underappreciated county, huge, rural, beautiful, and I've been there a number of times.
In less than 6 months, the current Prime Minister has managed to enrage the nation. From pension cuts leaving the elderly in despair to tax hikes squeezing small businesses, his decisions seem to punish the very people he was elected to serve. But nothing showcases his lack of connection to reality more than a radio interview that spiraled into chaos. Citizens didn't hold back, questioning his policies, calling him dishonest, and even labeling him incompetent. If you think politicians can't be held accountable, this jaw-dropping interview will change your mind. Don't miss the fiery exchanges as we dissect every shocking moment. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join our growing community of truth seekers.
Well, we have a very cold snap at the moment, Prime Minister, here in Lincolnshire, and a lot of people concerned about the winter fuel benefits as well. Let me just play this from Maxine, who was on the show earlier.
We just can't keep warm. People are going to die. Elderly people are literally going to die. How's he going to live with that? Is he going to have the courage to back down from a terrible decision?
She's wearing extra layers. She can't put the heating on this week, despite the cold weather, because of your decision to withdraw her winter fuel payment.
Well, every pensioner is entitled to pension credit.
She's 63. She won't be pension age till 67, so she's not entitled to pension credit.
When the Prime Minister took office in July, there was cautious optimism. He promised change, leadership, and stability. But within months, his approval ratings plummeted as his policies started impacting ordinary citizens. Whether it's pensioners struggling to heat their homes, small businesses on the verge of collapse, or carers being sidelined, the cracks in his governance are becoming undeniable. Today, we'll delve into a local radio interview that encapsulates the anger of the nation. From start to finish, this encounter highlights not only the public's frustration, but also the Prime Minister's inability to respond effectively.
You're not for millions of hard-working farmers or owners of shops, pubs, bars, restaurants, small businesses. You're not for keeping millions of pensioners warm. So, Prime Minister, who are you for? We had a publican from our part of the world who told me from April of next year he's going to have to add 30p to the price of a pint. Was going to be £4.50. In April, it'll be £4.70 to £4.80. I'm no economist. That sounds like inflation to me.
Yes.
What have we got here? Kath asking why he's paying people not to work and punishing working people. That's from Mac. And we had someone here, no name on this one. Can you please ask Starmer how he can justify taking away my fuel allowance after working hard in a factory for 50 years? Pat in Hagley says, Keir Starmer, just as ever, answered nothing, just regurgitated normal, pathetic script. What else have we got? Oh, that was waffle, says Bob.
The questions that expose the truth. The interview started with a blunt question about Lincolnshire. Caller, Prime Minister, do you have a problem with Lincolnshire? Since your election, you've upset an awful lot of people here. The Prime Minister's response, a generic statement. No, absolutely not. Lincolnshire is a fantastic county, underappreciated, rural, beautiful. I've been there several times. But if Lincolnshire is so fantastic, why are its residents feeling neglected? This set the tone for the rest of the interview, where callers exposed the glaring disconnect between his words and actions. One of the most emotional moments came when Maxine, a 63-year-old woman, called in. We just can't keep warm. Elderly people are going to die because of your decision to withdraw the winter fuel payment. How can you live with that? The Prime Minister's response? Another vague statement. Well, pensioners are entitled to pension credit, but Maxine, like millions of others, is under 67 and not eligible for pension credit. For her and many others, this winter could be a matter of life and death. The anger is palpable. Citizens like Maxine are left to wonder, does this government even care? The Prime Minister's policies have also taken a toll on small businesses. One publican shared a dire warning. From April next year, I'll have to add 30 pence to every pint I sell. Costs are going through the roof. How are we supposed to survive? This isn't just about beer, it's about the ripple effects on the economy. Rising costs mean fewer customers, potential job losses, and even the closure of beloved local establishments. Another caller summed it up perfectly. You're punishing the people who work hard and support this country. For pensioners, the situation is equally grim. One caller shared their frustration. After working in a factory for 50 years, how can you justify taking away my fuel allowance? Do you know what it's like to choose between food and heating? This is the harsh reality for many Britons today. The government's policies are not only unpopular, but are also being called outright cruel. The government's decision to raise national insurance on employers has caused widespread outrage. Analysts warn that this move could disproportionately impact unpaid carers, who already struggle to balance caregiving with part-time jobs. For every year an unpaid carer is out of the workforce, their pension pot shrinks by £5,000. This creates a long-term financial gap that's almost impossible to bridge. The lack of support for carers who provide essential services to society is a glaring oversight. As part-time job opportunities decline, many carers risk being excluded from the workforce entirely. As the interview progressed, the frustration of the callers became increasingly evident. Caller: he hasn't answered a single question, it's just regurgitated nonsense. Another added, that was pure waffle. These aren't isolated voices. Across the nation, people are fed up with a government that seems more focused on protecting the wealthy than helping ordinary citizens. Major retailers like Tesco, Sainsbury's, and Asda have warned that the national insurance hike could lead to job losses, store closures, and a slowdown in growth. The private sector, already under pressure, may not be able to absorb these costs. This begs the question, why is the government risking the livelihoods of so many Britons? This interview paints a clear picture of a leader struggling to connect with the public. Whether it's dodging questions or offering tone-deaf responses, the Prime Minister has only fueled the perception that he's out of touch. From pensioners to carers, from small businesses to families struggling with inflation, this government has failed to address the most pressing issues of our time. The Prime Minister's lack of decisive leadership has left millions feeling abandoned. What do you think? Is this a sign of deeper problems in our political system, or can change still be achieved? Let us know in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join our community of truth seekers. Together, we can hold our leaders accountable. What you think about it, please share your thoughts in comments below and subscribe for more international and British news. And we will meet you in the next video. Thanks for watching, take care and goodbye.